Marriage within our own concept, in the region where I come from, is a marriage of families.
Everybody wants good things for themselves, but along the line, a lot of things happen that make you say, is it this tough?
All those vows that they make us to repeat during a marriage session, they're not just for fun.
Selection of who is going to be your partner will be from the environment in which you find yourself.
Courting, you have to really be committed to say you want to marry somebody.
You are welcome to your number one family podcast. I am SirNiyi, and you're welcome to Family Matters with SirNiyi. It is often said that family is the bedrock of every society, meaning if you have a stable, peaceful, and organized family, you will definitely have a peaceful, stable, and organized society. On this basis, we brought you a family talk show that will address the diverse of family and marriage, the good, the bad, and the ugly of marriage and family. In this episode, we are going to be addressing a very sensitive aspect of family and marriage. We are going to be looking at the secret of remaining in marriage till old age. And on this, I present to you a wonderful and amazing family whose marriage has produced children and grandchildren. Family with over 40 years of experience in marriage. I present to you, or I bring to you, the family of our father and our mother, Elder and Dickness Ogunshote. Daddy and Mommy, we want to appreciate you for your time, for welcoming us to your home, to share your wealth of experience in the marital institution with younger generation like us. Sir, we want to say thank you, and you're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. From my introduction and from my discussion with Daddy and Mommy, you have over 40 years of experience in this marriage. Mommy, I don't know if I'm right.
You are right, you are correct.
Okay, thank you, ma. Let me start from Daddy. Daddy, can you please take us through this journey called marriage for this number of years?
Well, like you said, we have been married for over 40 years. Actually, we marked our 41st anniversary in May last year, meaning that in a short while we'll be 42 years in this wedlock. It has been a fairly long journey. The journey of 42 years is not a joke, but right from the beginning, we knew where we are headed. And both parties, myself and my wife and I think we have always had a common front as to how we want our relationship to go. I must confess that it has not been smooth sailing. It's not a bed of roses, because there have been times when things were tough, there have been times when things were difficult, but with the guidance of God and then our own understanding of each other, we were able to sail through all those bumpy areas of this 41 going to 42 years.
Thank you, Daddy. Let me go to our Mommy. Mommy, 42 years married to one man. What can you take us through from your own side as a mother? Can you take us through that journey briefly?
My dear, it has been good. I cannot say it is by our own knowledge or our resilience or because we know what to do. But let me just put everything in one word: it has been good. Because when you start a journey, you know your partner, you are wishing for things to be good, you want a happy marriage. Everybody wants good things for themselves. But along the line, a lot of things happen that make you say, is it this tough? Is this life? But then when you know that there's somebody, once you know your partner anyway, your partner is somebody that you can depend on, you can trust to wallow the waters together. The water might be muddy, but then when you know that through life, you will wallow through everything. You will just, most of the time, it's my husband that carries all the way to let me say the truth. Me, I'm the carefree one, but he's the one that plans and puts everything in shape. And when it starts like that, I follow.
Oh, thank you, mommy. There's always the say that the foundation of a building determines how far such building will go or how long it will last. Daddy, what can you give us as in should be an ideal foundation going to a marriage or building a home?
The issue of a marriage and selection, because marriage now is a place where you already have the man and a woman coming together. Before coming together, there must be an environment where the man will meet the woman, the boy will meet girl. So you find that most of the time, the selection of who is going to be your partner will be from the environment in which you find yourself. It could be in a small town, it could be in a village, it could be in the city, it could be in a special area of the city, it could be at work, it could be in the church of God. So what is important that will be the foundation, like you said, if the foundation is what we are talking about, is that first and foremost, there must be an attraction between the boy and the girl. There must be something that the boy sees in the girl, there must be something that the girl sees in the boy. But that is on the personal note between the two of them. Now, if that relationship is to go forward and is to culminate in marriage, then there must be another foundation that has to be laid for the marriage. And I've always emphasized it at every point in time I have the opportunity of counseling to be couples. Go back to the family. The family is the bedrock of the bringing up of the boy who wants to get married. The other family is also the bedrock of the girl who wants to get married to this boy. So for them to have a firm foundation, the two of them should go back and make sure that the two families interact. And amongst our people, because I think need to let you know that whatever I will give you as background or foundation here depends on the culture of the people from where you have emerged. That is not to say there are no intercultural marriage or intertribal marriages, but the culture of your people will determine how firm the foundation of that marriage is going to be. When a boy meets a girl and they think they have attraction for each other and they have what they call falling in love and all that, they must go back and let the families be welded together properly to form a firm foundation for that marriage that is going to come. Also, because of the fact that we are a very religious people, in Nigeria we pray a lot. It's also important that these to-be couples should also commit their future into the hands of the Almighty God and ask God for direction, so that with God put in place and the families having been brought together, to form a firm foundation for them to now move ahead and establish their own family. So that to me are the two key and most important things: God and then the families.
Your response to my last question will make me to ask this. You said something about the foundation, the family where you're marrying from determines, how good the marriage might be. But in our generation now, you have a marriage in which either the man never even met the family before. What we call the soft marriage. They just arrange people and get married. How significant is the foundation, knowing the foundation of where you are marrying from to the success of your marriage?
Yes, the family plays a very significant role in stabilizing and even in establishing the marriage as an entity. Because marriage within our own concept, maybe the region where I come from, is a marriage of families. So when marriage is contemplated, it is between the two families. You realize that when the boy meets a girl, the boy takes the girl home. That part is very, very important. You must take your girl home. Let her go and see how your family is. In my own peculiar instance, I take my girl home to see my father, to see my mother, to see the environment in which my father and my mother, the environment in which they are living, to see my father being a polygamous person. She will absorb that. She gets there, she sees in her family house there are about 4 wives to my father. She can understand that. Then she can see the number of children that are available in that house. She understands that. So in moving forward, in moving forward, she, at the back of her mind, psychologically, she already knows the kind of family into which she's going to marry. Because like I said, the marriage is between the families. At the same time also, at a point in time, a girl takes boy to her house, and she's going around the corner, mommy, this is the man I was telling you about, this, that. And the father and the mother, they now come in, and he meets them. He can, at the back of his mind, begin to think of how these people that I've been introduced to are going to be my parents as also. So he will start setting his mind to understand how the future is going to be for his coming together with the girl in question. So fundamentally and basically, it is important that you should know what you are going into. You don't go blindly into a relationship called marriage.
Mommy, let me come to mommy. You know, it's believed that, you know, we are still talking about the foundation, that the beginning is always rough. Maybe it's now that you are 30, 40, then you've understand that. How difficult was Daddy, you know, in his young age, and how were you able to cope?
Will I say it was difficult? Because from my own background, I have exposure to many aunties and uncles, so I've seen so many things that I cannot say my husband was difficult. Though we are from different background, we have to understand each other. When you are courting, it's different from when you now married. Courting, you can get by because you don't see each other every day anyway. And that during our time, there was no telephone. So you can even go and not meet that person at home. You know, courting, you have to really be committed during that time to say you want to marry somebody, to be able to go ahead with the wedding. Because it's not this now that you can easily communicate every day. We don't talk every day. We may see each other maybe once in a month or maybe twice in a month. It depends on your work. So when we now got married, you now start, it's now like a school. That you now start discovering that this man likes to eat. I don't eat too much. So you have to be in the kitchen all the time, cooking. Though I love cooking, but my basic problem then was not him, but the people that surrounded him. He's a easy-going person, but all the people that surrounded him, most of them, especially there's somebody we call his best friend, I never saw anything good in him, so I was always at loggerheads with him. So, and he is close to that person. So you see, if you don't use wisdom, you cannot capture your husband because he's close to this person, you don't like that person. So how do you make it? When we were cutting, it wasn't, but when we now started living together, that's when you now start seeing each other very well, because you see each other every day. So there are some points that you will see and say, is this how it is? I better go. Man. So, but going forward, because of family, like I said, where I was brought up, my background, and what I've seen and gone through, when some things happen, I will relate it to some other people's matter and see that, okay, let me do my own this way. Because my father used to say that in Yoruba, ọgbọ́n ọlọ́gbọ́n lèèyàn máa fi ń kọ́gbọ́n. You don't let something happen to you. You have to watch others and see what is happening. And then from there, bring out the good ones and learn from it. That's it.
Okay, Mommy, that will make me ask this question. Can we say women have a vital role to play in marriage to enable them, you know, we are talking about the secret of remaining married and happy. Do we say women have more role to play in marriage to enable them remain old and happy in marriage than men?
Yes. I will say women have more roles to play than men. Because people say that it is the woman that owns the home. And I believe it. My husband even give me one privilege. If we want to move house, he asked me to look at the house. If I like the place, then we take it. Because I'm the one that's always at home anyway. I'm the one that always meets people that comes home. So when people come home, I'm the face that they see before they see him. If I'm not welcoming, if I'm not good to them, if I don't behave well to them, there may be a crack somewhere. Because me being who I am when I was younger, when I see you and my spirit is against you, I will just frown. But over the years, I've learned to just pretend and look at you. Though, once I see somebody and my spirit against you, this one is no good for my family.
Let me come to Daddy. Daddy, we are in a generation in which, even in the Christendom, the rate of divorce now is very, very high. And here you are. Mommy said from Mommy's response, she said she was difficult or stubborn. Sorry, that's the way she. How do you manage this situation for over 40 years? You know, like likely asking, what is the secret of staying with a woman for over 40 years in marriage?
Thank you so much. I will go into that question this way. There is a bond, a covenanted bond between husband and wife. And one thing we must understand is that when those covenants are made, they are not to be taken with levity. So once that background is there and it occurs to you that, look, there's a covenant, all those vows that they make us to repeat during a marriage session, they are not just for fun. They are not for the sake of just saying them. They are supposed to be a kind of thing that binds the two of you together. So that binding force will make it necessary for you to keep that relationship going. So keeping to the covenant will challenge you, because you have said, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer. And when those things occur to you and you think they have a meaning, it is then that you will be able to accommodate the shortcoming, the inadequacy, the stubbornness, the foolishness, all the things that have to come with your spouse. You must take them and mix them together. And remember, I have said, till death do us part.
Thank you, sir. Mommy, I want to take this question to you. How do you still, because when we got in, we realized that the bond is still there between you and Daddy, even though over 40 years. How do you still stay attractive?
This is not the case of where will I go again, no. Because from the moment I married him, I had choices. And I decided it is this man I want to marry. Fortunately or unfortunately, I married at a very early age. So, making up my mind to pick somebody early in life, and before I even married him, I've seen that this person is somebody that we can relate. We have so many things in common. It doesn't go this way and I go this way. Our thinking is almost the same. Though, like I say, I may be stubborn. He's a cooler person. When I want to approach things, I'm a gra person. But he's a cooler person. But we still think the same way.
Okay, so even in over 40 years of marriage, yours is not boring?
It's not boring. If he's not back on time, I miss him.
So, Daddy, because of our time, my producer has been telling me our time is almost. I would just like to say this. As a man, how do you build? Because from what Mommy just said, there's a trust somewhere. How did you build that trust for your wife to now believe that if they send my wife, If they say my husband do something like this, I can vouch that. So how can a man build that trust to the point that your wife will believe anything you say against all odds?
Building trust in a relationship depends on your ability to do that which you have said you are going to do, and not to do those things that you have said you are not going to do. And over a period of years, when you are consistent with doing those things that you say you are going to do, and you are consistent with not doing those things that you think you are not going to do, that trust, block by block, is being built. And then your partner or your spouse will be able to trust you. But when you say and you don't do, the wall of trust will start crumbling. Bit by bit, the blocks will be removing one by one, and distrust will come in.
What is your advice for women who are going through, challenges in their marriage in a time like this that the economy is crazy? What is your advice?
The world is changing. Like somebody was saying just now, that people marry by just I and I, no families involved, nobody involved, and that's why they are having so many crumbled marriages, because they are now turning to Las Vegas weddings, that you can meet somebody now you enter the chapel, you get married, within 1 hour you met each other and you are married. That is why the world is turning upside down. So even in these our African countries that we have culture, we are copying Oyinbo man every day. There are some cultures that are alien to us, and we are trying to copy them. Even the Oyinbo man, they know that this their thing is wrong, and we are copying them. To be in marriage or for your marriage to hold, it's not so much financial. But now we have turned everything is money, money, money. It's not the economy so much for it. If money is scarce, whatever you have, you manage. If money is scarce, you don't go for expensive things. You do ogbolo soup or okra with dry fish and dry pepper with eba. You are eating. If you say money is scarce and you are looking to buy Oma Jeep, you say money is scarce. All these things, maybe it's because when we started, we didn't have chair. We put carton on the floor and we sat on the floor and we were happy. We were not financially, our marriage was not based on money. So when you say economy, is it the economy or that the world is turning, that everything is based on money? If we base everything on money, not on companionship. Companionship is more than money. Somebody to relate with, somebody to talk with, somebody to understand you. You are coming with one trouble or the other, and the person that is married to you can't even explain yourself to that person, or even talk to that person and will understand you. That person will be saying money, money, money. Meanwhile, you need somebody to talk to you, make you feel all is well. Though you don't have it today, tomorrow will be better. So if we base everything on money, like the world is turning into now, everything on money, marriages will surely crumble. Because money will surely come and go. So if you have money today, it is by the grace of God that you will have money till old age. Not because you have the ability to keep money. So why do you base everything on money?
Okay, thank you, Mommy. That's lastly from Daddy, as we are rounding up, what is your advice for the men in the home in a time and a season like this?
All the men should understand that they should give priority to their homes. Whatever it is that you have, we are talking about meeting your responsibility. A man who is the husband in the house should know that he has responsibility first to the family, and he should ensure that he takes care of his family before any other thing. So in order of priority, set your priority right. Make sure that whatever it is that you have, ensure that you take care of your family first. When you do that, you are ensuring that your home will not break. You're ensuring that your spouse will be comfortable with you because they know and they can see that you are taking them as the first option in all things. I think this is very essential. It doesn't mean you will not have other interests, but I'm talking about priority now. You set the priority and you make sure that you put your family first before any other thing. You will find out that in the long run, that what matters most to you in the long run, you find out it's going to be that same family. So if you abandon your family and you are taking care of other interests, you come back to find out that that is a mistake that you have made. Family first, all the time.
Thank you, Daddy. Thank you, Mommy. We appreciate you for your time, effort, word of wisdom, and accepting us to your home to come and share from your knowledge. We pray that we always meet you high and high in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. To our viewers at home, we are sorry, time is of essence. We don't have more. We will have wished to take more, but this is how far we can go. Please, let's keep this conversation. Let's continue this conversation at the comment section. We want to say if you have questions, if you have area of marriage, relationship you want us to address, please put it on our comment section. We want to assure you that we'll get experts, we'll get families, we'll get individuals who have been through that aspect of marital life, and we'll bring them on this show. We want to say thank you for staying online. Please subscribe and share our video and turn off the notification button. Thank you and God bless you.